E is for emasculation. Forgive the backtracking with another E post. I'm currently on the O's at the time of this writing, although really this is my blog and I can do what I damn well please. It is because I'm in the throes of preparing my audio upload to YouTube of the reading of my 2021 post, E is for enabler. It might sound easy to some, just read the damn thing while recording and then throw it up on YouTube, but no. Actually, I take a serious look at the written post beforehand. What I didn't appreciate on the level that I do now is that not all posts meant solely for written consumption are 100% translatable to audio. For example, I noticed a while ago that, for some reason, I developed a bit of a weakness for parentheses, and I've been trying to weed myself off them in my writing for a lot of obvious reasons. So, since starting to record audio, I've been taking a closer look at my existing posts and have been doing a little editing to make the writing more readable. A long time ago, I published an academic book in Taiwan with the help of a major publishing company that ended up screwing me financially. But I learned a lesson. Everyone needs an editor. But when you're writing for free as a hobby of sorts, you're both the writer and the editor. It's an imperfect system, and all writing needs fresh eyes to improve. Anyhow, as I've been going through the E is for enabler post, I realized that I really needed to write something about an absolutely fabulous E word that is near and dear to my heart, probably because of the special shears that I keep by my front door to enforce my separatist principles. Just joking. Or am I? Oh, don't be so sensitive. So, what was I saying? E is for emasculation. Now, apparently I wrote and published what should actually be a companion piece to this one back in 2020, and I'll include bits and pieces of it here. In that article, I ask whether there's a female equivalent to emasculation. Hint, the answer is no. So, read on, explorers. What the hell is emasculation? I know, it seems a bit obvious, especially because men are constantly moaning about their feelings and how everything is women's fault. In the most literal sense, it means castration, full-on twig and berries removal. Men are very emotional when it comes to their junk. They take their feelings about their genitals as seriously as they do actual harm to their bodies. It's not an exaggeration to imagine a physician asking a wounded male, "Should we remove the bullet from your brain or save your partially severed left nut first?" with most men responding by looking south. You get the special shears joke now, right? Male hysteria is kinda hilarious and absolutely begging for satire, but also really dangerous as their insanity is always backed by the law. But males don't mean literal castration when they speak of emasculation. As with everything, it is always about their unstable psychology, insecurity, and hair-trigger feelings. So, within the realm of male sensitivity, we've got the following definition of emasculation. The reduction or removal of a man's sense of masculinity as by depriving him of a culturally sanctioned male role or the exercise of male privilege. A few things here with this male definition. First, the use of depriving. The implication is that there is fault on the part of the other party, the one not experiencing the feelings, and that party is always female. Women and girls don't deprive males of anything. They can't, as they are of the prey class, and all males are historically and currently part of the oppressor or predator class. Saying no to what amounts to misogynistic treatment by the male is not deprivation in any way, shape, or form. The second missing thing is that, following feeling deprived by women and girls, men believe that what is warranted is violent vengeance against their target. So basically, the male becomes unhinged of his own doing, finds a female target to blame, and then victimizes her in a self-sanctioned rage. Sound familiar? We've all been at the receiving end of some form of violence because of some male's glimpse into his own obsolescence and inadequacy. Let's talk about the triggers of feelings of emasculation and then a bit about punishment. The triggers. Words. I've written about the selective censorship of women in a past post. Generally, women and girls are only allowed to speak if they are upholding male descriptions of reality and belief systems. Men don't like hearing things that challenge their worldview, or worse, oppose their domination and control of females. Any attempt to uphold an opinion or argument, to correct errors or lies, to assert or reclaim power or control over her own life are dangerous for a woman when dealing with men. Even the word no can send men into a spiral of rage. We're seeing frightening proof of male power and insanity these days among men pretending to be women. They are destroying the lives of countless women throughout the Western world for very logically and simply publicly speaking unassailable biological truths that males cannot be female. It defies understanding in what is supposed to be a progressive world, but is more proof positive that males are still male no matter what they're feeling or wearing. And in all situations, it comes down to this. In the male mind, women's words strip him of his perceived right to do whatever the fuck he wants to them. Often, women have no idea what they've said to inspire the insanity that inevitably results, but in truth, they have said nothing wrong and don't deserve punishment. Actions. A woman doesn't even need to open her mouth to offend the fragile emotional state of a man. Males, even liberal males, believe they are owed deference and respect by all women and girls, although what this behavior actually entails differs from male to male and from culture to culture. I've experienced male attacks numerous times for not acting correctly or being adequately submissive or deferential, although most of the time I think I and most women are attacked because of the last two categories I'll mention. Most women are just too afraid to say or do wrong things when it comes to males. The other two categories are passive in that you don't even have to be aware of doing anything specific to be targeted for causing feelings of inadequacy in males. An example of emasculating behavior may include looking at a male with disgust or derision or fear. I think of the complaints of black males or of homeless men who get super pissed when women act like they're afraid of them. The women are attacked with accusations of racism, classism, and the like. Of course. However, women should be allowed to be afraid of males for obvious reasons and without having to justify their behavior. Every one of us is assaulted by a male at least once in our lives, but showing that justifiable fear can, for some men, take opportunities for power and control away from them. The retaliation can help reclaim this lost power. And male feelings are always more important than women's human right to be and feel safe. And we are seeing similar backlash against women who have stood up to men trying to use women's bathrooms and change rooms. I really believe that these men don't truly believe they are women. They are just getting off on forcing women to accept having their boundaries and privacy and human rights destroyed. The ultimate male power and control, and nothing a woman does to inspire male insecurity and the inevitable backlash is wrong or deserving of punishment. Reflecting. One of the objects men turn women into is that of a mirror. We exist to let men bask in their own reflections. The problem is that sometimes men don't like what they see looking back at them. Looking to a woman to validate them, in other words, doesn't always work, especially if she isn't applauding enough or smiling enough, or if the male in question isn't feeling good enough about himself to believe the lie of his amazingness. He sometimes just looks at the woman and sees her completeness, which reflects back his own incompleteness as a male. He feels a loss of standing or power. It's enough to inspire his rage at her. She has done nothing wrong and doesn't deserve punishment. Existing. Most men don't even need an excuse to attack or punish a woman. All men are misogynists, even if they claim they're not, and all men benefit from misogyny, even if they don't see how. Some men are more dangerous than others and may even believe that females deserve to be punished for existing, or that the punishment is just the suffering that seems to be part of what all major religions prescribe for females, and as males, they must do their part to enact their God's plan. So for some men, it goes like this. They see women, feel the existential male insecurity, feel the rage burn, direct the rage to woman, enact the rage. Repeat ad nauseum. In various times and places, we've seen men's rights groups start up that seem to be fueled by this notion that female existence is a threat to masculinity. Not that they want to get rid of women. First, masculinity would no longer be a thing as it exists as a social construct only, because there are two sexes. Likely, if women disappeared, men would still follow their biological wiring to dominate and control, and would create a caste system with an underclass among men, which I've discussed in a previous post. It wouldn't be peaceful. Black American men have an expression, walking while black, that is actually a more appropriate, serious, and pervasive thing for women, and it exists on every inch of our planet instead of only in select areas of the U.S. Walking while a woman can end up in your death, your rape, your beating, your sexual assault, your stalking, and more. And much of the time, these 3W experiences are the result of males feeling emasculated because of your existence, your presence, the way you are dressed, the way you do or don't look at them, anything. What you do or don't do doesn't actually matter. You have no control over men's feelings, but they project their anger and insecurity on you. You, as a woman, are responsible for everything wrong in their lives, and your very existence highlights their inadequacy and incompleteness. Every single female on this planet has experienced this at least once, and usually thousands of times over her lifetime. We're used to it, and most of us don't even notice it. And many learn to deal with this constant threat by developing the skill to placate, to coddle, to make excuses for, to self-harm, to enable, and to act as a flying monkey. Existing does not equate to doing something wrong, and no female deserves punishment for being alive. The punishment. There is always punishment. I'm going to say one thing here, and I'm going to bet that most, if not all, women would agree if they were honest with themselves. With one or two extreme exceptions, I've never seen a woman act as batshit crazy as a man. I've never seen a woman overreact like a man does. I've never seen the kind of emotionality and rage in a woman that I've seen in so many men. And women actually have real reasons to be angry and even burn down the city rageful. Standard male behavior is a sign of their sex-based immaturity, lack of control, irrationality, instability, and insanity. And it is incomprehensible that males are allowed free rein in this world. They have projected their own flaws onto women and then have used them as the rational basis for keeping women out of all areas of public life and power. And I say this to men. If women truly behaved as you actually do and chose to act on injustices done to them by you, you'd all be dead. And by your standards, the homicides would be justifiable. Think of how men act when a woman denies him something. Then think about all the times men have denied women a human right. If we acted like men do, all males would be dead. Every single one. But we are female. We are the mature ones, the controlled ones, the rational ones, the stable ones, and the sane ones. Males exist to punish, and women exist to be punished. The punishments can entail anything that the creative male mind can conceive of, and in the Western world, women are even being sold the idea that being punished is sexy. Conclusion and a note on male privilege. The claim of emasculation is a statement of privilege. The sheer number of privileges and advantages that males have over females is astounding, especially when you consider that so many people believe that males and females are equal now. And some people even believe that we live in some kind of matriarchy. It is crazy to think that any other oppression can even compare to that of females by males. It partially explains why so many other oppressions are championed these days. There just isn't that much to fight, comparatively speaking. I strongly suggest that you have a look at my original blog post and the list of privileges that males enjoy. there are 79 of them, and I can add another one to make around 80. And this is the privilege to be praised for supporting feminism, or perhaps more succinctly, the privilege to own feminism. Women are attacked for pointing out misogyny and even for devoting their lives to liberating women. The list I've provided, which is a PDF hosted on my site, but with an attribution to the original poster, was compiled by a man and published on his popular and applauded male feminist website. And this includes linking to one of my articles outlining the hate that lefty atheist men have towards all women. All of the material was taken from or contributed by women and feminists. And all of these women have been criticized and attacked and worse for writing this material. And this male gets a big fucking round of applause for supporting feminism, even though he is just listing the work that women have done. Please stop sucking these men's dicks. Please support women, the actual women doing difficult work that helps us all. So, a conclusion to the conclusion. Male feelings of emasculation are not oppression. They are infantile and they are born of misogyny. When a man feels emasculated, he believes you are taking away his millennia-long right to hurt, dominate, and control you as a member of subclass female. You never need to be sorry for speaking, acting, or existing.